Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 12, Episode 13, Rosé Colored Glasses. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, y'all, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, Rinna is at home making tea, about to FaceTime the ladies. Kyle and Diana are in quarantine, honey. They got bit by the virus. They're taking turns, I guess, honey, because half the ladies have it and then the other half get exposed. Once they're out of quarantine, then the other half come out. Child's just a whole fool. Rinna is inviting them over to taste some Rinna Rosé. Okay, I guess she's finally getting her wine and whatnot. Y'all know what? It's time for Rinna to go. This, amongst other things, it's just time for her to wrap this up, okay? Rinna's scenes always consist of FaceTiming and nothing else. Just Andy. Now, I know you excited that she danced on tabletops at your baby shower and whatnot, but it is time for Rinna to go, okay? It's just time for her to go. In the next scene, at Sutton's house, the dog is tearing things up. Charlie tearing the grass up and everything. The assistant couldn't even catch him. I was like, look at him go. Oh, child. They were just calling his name and he wasn't even responding. So Sutton is at home with her kids, teaching her son how to make chicken salad. And let me just say this. I've never seen a scene with Sutton and her children all together. This was everything to me. I really did enjoy this. I really did. She said during Christmas, the children were in Italy with their father and she was all by herself. She was like, you know what? It is hard to be alone all the time. Like, I'm happy that they're here with me. And you know what? Those kids look just like Sutton. Especially her daughter. I mean, that is the spitting image of Sutton. So then her and the kids, they go to sit down and eat some chicken salad. And she's basically just telling us how at first he wanted to go to the army, but she sent him to Georgia, honey, to work and get up with the roosters when they crow. And then after that, he came back and was like, you know what? I'm good on that. I think I want to go to college. I know that's right, y'all. Let me tell you something. I do not want my son to even think about the military. Now, I know other people have other views of that, but that's just me personally. So I probably would have done the exact same thing as Sutton. So off to school he goes, honey. It's a military school, so basically they both win. In the next scene, Dorit and Garcelle meet up for dinner. Oh, okay. A solo dinner without Kyle. Kyle, we got to keep you in quarantine more often. Dorit was actually likable this episode. Now, she did tell a few fibs, honey, and she ain't fooling me. But she wasn't all up your butt trying to impress you and make sure that you're not mad, that she was able to actually sit down with Garcelle. So anyway, Garcelle was like, she apologized for calling me a bully. So now we can have a little bit of fun together. So they start to catch up, right? And Garcelle tells her that, she's about to do the audio portion of her book. So Dorita's like, girl, you got to have some big balls in order to, you got to be really brave just to put all that stuff out there. So Garcelle is saying that there are stories in the book that she's never even talked about. Let me tell y'all what I want to know. I want to know if what they used to say about her and Jamie Foxx is true. But then again, Jamie be getting linked to everybody. I guess blame it on the goose and got you feeling loose. I'm just saying. Baby, Jamie is linked to every woman in Hollywood. Do you hear me? I don't know what they got going on, honey, but Jamie Foxx sure be linked to him, don't he? So she said, she had an experience with Bill Cosby that was very scary. Oh, I need to read that. Because I want to know what's happening. You know what? Comment down below if you wouldn't mind a Garcelle book club. Maybe I can read the book over on the Patreon and, we can get into it. Y'all let me know if y'all up for it. Anywho, that's just a side note. Moving forward. So then Garcelle tells Dorit that she's sorry about PK's DUI. Here go, Dorit. Alleged PUI. Alleged DUI. Garcelle said, why are you saying alleged? She said he went to the station, took a breathalyzer. They said he was under the limit. And then they said, sorry, you got to go home. What kind of officer takes you to a station, then gives you a breathalyzer? I don't know if I'm watching too much TV because I've never personally had one, but I thought once they pull you over, they give you the breathalyzer of it all, and then they determine if you're over the alcohol limit and they take you to jail. I don't know, child. PK and Dorita always be lying, child, so I'm just a little bit confused on that part. Maybe y'all can help me out. So she was like, yeah, PK was really shook up about the situation. So Garcelle said, well, you know what? I read that the police officers drove him home. In the confessional, she said that would never happen to anybody black that I know. Absolutely not, honey. We'll be able to get a ride there. Now, don't get me wrong. They're going to give us a ride there, but we definitely not getting no ride back home. They don't mind taking us in, honey, but they ain't taking us out. It's the privilege for me. So then they started talking about Rena's wine tasting. And Dorita's like, do you think Erika's going to have a glass of wine? Of course. Is the sky blue? Does it snow in Pasadena? Well, it doesn't snow in Pasadena. I'm never going to let that go. Oh, I'm never going to let that go. Let me tell y'all something. I have to bring a little bit of humor to the heifers, because the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, they got like a little serious side to them. So y'all know I'm going to throw shade whenever possible, especially if it's at Erika Jayne. Moving forward. But of course she's going to have wine, and she's going to make no apologies about it. So Garcelle is telling Dorit that Erika said that she shouldn't be drinking on medication. I don't believe Erika is mixing medication with alcohol. I'm sorry, not sorry. I think this is some foolishness she done made up to try to deflect and try to get us off of what we were on last season. No, I don't believe for 1 second that she's mixing medication and alcohol. I just don't. So Dorit wants to know if Garcelle was concerned. She was like, I did feel concerned, especially when I found out that she fell and hit her head. Here go Dorit. What? Oh my gosh, child, the theatrics of it all. Now, dang gone well. So Garcelle was like, that's what I heard. And I'm sure Dorit heard it too. It ain't no way these heifers get together and tell you something that Dorit does not know. I know she already heard that. So then she brings up Erika saying, being Sutton's friend is a liability to her. And so Dorit is like, well, what do you think she meant by that? So Garcelle said, I think she meant by being friends with her is detrimental to me. She was like, I felt maybe like Erika was giving me a compliment saying that, they would like me more if she wasn't close to Sutton. Now, Garcelle, I'm a little bit confused by that, because how would you ever think that that was a compliment if they were saying that? Why would them liking you more be contingent upon you dropping Sutton? Why Sutton can't have a friend? That's what I want to know. Why can't Sutton have a friend? She's like, well, why would they think I would let Sutton bring me down? Garcelle, they don't care anything about you. No offense. This is about icing out Sutton. If they can get her on an island by herself and get her one and only ally on their side, Sutton would be out, because there will be no need. But see, the thing that they don't understand is Sutton is everyone's storyline. They're like, well, she was fussing with her, and then she was mad at Diana, then she was mad at Crystal, and she got into it with Rena. Exactly. Because otherwise, what else is going on? Okay? We know ain't nothing going on with Rena. So her arguing with Rena was right up her alley. Nothing's going on with here, lizard, Diana Jenkins licking her tongue to and fro. We already know she ain't got no storyline. So if she went away, then exactly what's going to happen? Anyway, so Dorit goes, well, you don't seem like the Thelma and Louise type. Garcelle is like, no, I'm going to help you. I'll give you something to hold on to, but I'm not jumping over the cliff with you. So Dorit is making a little fun of her, honey. The whole poking fun at the whole situation. They share a little laugh. I thought that last part was really cute. I was like, okay, Dorito. But honey, I still got my good eye on you, and you ain't fooling me. Moving forward. Over at Erika Jayne's house, her and her crew, honey, her handlers, they're there and they're talking about her hair business. And then she brings up this NFL player that Mauricio wants to hook her up with. And I was thinking in this moment, okay, and it's just so funny how the rest of the episode pans out, because when she was saying that, I was like, well, why didn't they try to introduce Garcelle to him? Because last season, Garcelle was looking for a man actively. But honey, I wouldn't want anyone associated with Mauricio, because he cannot be trusted. So Erika Jayne said, I'm just looking for some good D. Now, I don't mind, hanging out, but yeah, that's all I'm looking for. So her publicist was basically saying, well, let me go through your DMs, okay, and whatever you don't want, I'll take it. And he ain't fooling me. So Erika was like, yeah, I don't think I will be a good girlfriend, because I just have a lot going on, and I just got out of a 20+ year marriage. Oh, and you're going away for a while. Okay, don't forget that. Okay, you won't be here, so you can't, unless you want a pen pal. I'm just saying. Moving forward. She's like, and I already sent the wrong text message to the wrong person, thanking him for some good D. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I have sent the wrong text before, but I cleaned that up so good. And he was so confused. Like, oh, okay, I understand. I'm like, whoo, That was a close one. Oh, that was a close one. So then she was just basically talking about how she wanted to be a part-time dominatrix. Okay. Are we really sitting here listening to Erika talk about being a part-time dominatrix? This season sucks. Like, I know we like the ladies as a collective, but this season is really not giving what I thought the season was going to give, especially after last season. She was like, yeah, I was getting into it with one of these men, and they said they thought that I would be a great dominatrix. She was like, I already have a name. It's the Pretty Mess Dungeon. Now, Erika, I know you're used to swindling and scamming and whatnot, allegedly. But I don't know if that's going to work. I think Candy got the dungeons on lock. Honey, the dungeons are going on tour and everything else. So I don't know if that's going to work for you. So as she's talking in the confessional, she's like, yeah, get my trademark attorney on the line. Now, let me tell you this. I don't blame you, even though I don't think you're going to be able to use that name. But I do not blame you, because I need to get me a trademark attorney myself, because my phrases are being stolen from me. And I mean, people are saying I'm left and right, not giving your girl no credit because they don't take me seriously and whatnot. I really do need to get my affairs in order. Now, honey, I know this ain't got nothing to do with me, but this is just a side note. So, I mean, all the trademark attorneys, please comment down below, because the sister needs your help. Moving forward. In the next scene, Lisa is meeting with Sutton for lunch. It's a setup. I can't believe these two actually sitting down to lunch. And Rinna is telling Sutton about the wine, and then she starts to talk about how her and Sutton's friendship is. And she's like, people think I'm a bitch. Well, I mean, if the B word fits, wear it. Okay, because you are definitely the wicked of the West. I'm just saying. So she was like, I don't really want to hold on to anything. You said it. You apologized. I don't want to hold on to it. They always make Sutton prove she's worthy of their friendship. She goes on an apology tour every single episode. Yet Erika has bit everybody's head off and offered absolutely no apologies at all. Sutton, I say this to you every single review. Stop apologizing to these ladies. Just stop it. So Rinna was like, yeah, I was at Kathy's house and I was just saying, a lot of things. She's like, I like to torture Sutton. Sutton said, well, at least I can take it. Sutton, that's not an accomplishment. Like, what are you even saying right now? Anyway, child, in the next scene, it's the day of Rinna's wine tasting. All of the ladies are getting ready. You know how they do. They pan to each lady. They show them getting glam. They're FaceTiming each other. Girl, what are you wearing? I don't know. What are you wearing? Oh, girl, I'm not sure. They're doing all that. So Dorit FaceTimes Diana Jenkins, and they're talking about escaping the virus, right? So Diana was like, yeah, I hid on an island for 2 years. So Dorit goes, I bet you wish you were back there. She said, yeah, the FBI couldn't find me. Well, child, we know they looking, allegedly. Moving forward. On the way to the party, Erika FaceTimes Kyle, because Kyle got to get some kind of camera time, honey, even if she's in the phone. And Sutton FaceTimes her as well. Sutton's so nice, because Kyle would not get anything from me, okay? It ain't no way I would call Kyle about anything, not even to check on her, because you know why? If the roles were reversed and Sutton was the one in quarantine, Kyle would find a way to get together with the heifers and talk bad about Sutton. Probably wouldn't even believe that Sutton was positive. It's just Kyle just rubs me wrong, honey. So the ladies start to arrive and everyone is being nice. Oh my gosh, hey girl, oh, kisses. So they sit down and they're getting drinks, right? And Erika asks for a chamomile tea and Cherie is like, I feel like the tequila is going to warm you up. She's like, no, I don't need to drink on meds. And I did, so I know that now I don't need to be drinking. So then Garcelle arrives in this huge yellow Balenciaga sweater with Balenciaga all over it, right? And she had made fun of Dorit previously for having a Louis V, logo all over her clothes. So, she poking a little fun at Garcelle. And you know what this just goes to show? That Dorit and Garcelle would probably get along if Kyle was eliminated. Because this entire episode, Dorit was very nice to Garcelle. But when Kyle jumps in the mix, then it's like, my friend is here, so now I'm going to be mean to you. That's what this was giving me. So I really think that it may be time for Kyle to go as well. So anywho, she poking fun at Garcelle because she has Balenciaga written all over the place. And that's that on that. I thought that was cute. So then Harry joins the party. Hey, Harry. And they're talking about how Rinna and Harry had to do everything by themselves because, everybody's down. This was around the time that everybody was sick from Omicron. So Rinna's like, well, I did do something, because they don't think she did anything because they know how Rinna is. She says she did something, but it's really Harry. And she's like, no, I blew the leaves. I'm a good blower. So Cherie was like, Harry, if you had to do a Yelp review on a scale of 1 to 5, how good of a blower is Rena? Child, I don't want to know how Rena put her lips to use. Okay, whatever she doing with them things, please let her do it. I do not want to hear it. But of course he said she was a 10 because, I mean, what else he gonna say? So Erika starts talking about Crystal just out of the blue. She's like, yeah, Crystal was at the party and she has an eating disorder. So Dorit then tells them that Crystal says she's vomiting every day. She's like, I feel like it's a sign that she needs help. Dorit, why did you think that was okay for you to disclose? Because some of the ladies were unaware. They were like, what? Now she's throwing up every day. I had no idea about that. But y'all notice Sutton and Garcelle did not engage, honey. They ain't no fools. So Rena goes, when my daughter went through that, we were in therapy. Like, why aren't you getting help? Your whole family knows and you talk about it on Instagram. So why aren't you getting help? Why are y'all talking about her in this way? Let me just say this. This scene right here just proves what Crystal was saying. They don't care for her. Her feelings don't matter to them. Because if they did, they would not be sitting around discussing this so cavalier. Also, Erika, nobody said nothing to you last episode when you made that little joke about, oh, this is a chicken strip. You can't have this. Nobody said anything to you. But Rena, you want to sit up here and perch your lips? Oh, why isn't she getting help? How do you know she's not seeking help? How do you know that? This is not everyday gossip. This is about someone's life and their health. Not y'all blaming her for something she can't control. So Dorit is like, yeah, I was so shocked at what she told me. Yet you share it here with everyone. How about we talk about PK's alleged DUI? You would have a full-on fit. Y'all so hypocritical. Y'all get on my nerves, honey. So Sutton was like, well, maybe she's getting help. Crystal, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. I want you to pay attention to who did not engage. Okay, because you always on Sutton trying to fit in with these heifers, and Sutton is not engaging and also had your back. I want you to pay attention to that because you got a bad habit of getting with these ladies and then turning on Sutton. So I just want you to pay attention. So Sutton in her confessional, she was just like, I don't like when we talk about the person and they're absent. So she said, look, I'm staying out of it. And that's the best idea because this is a very sensitive subject and cancel culture is real. So if I were you, I would stay the hell out of it too. So they start the tasting and they move over to the table, right? So the ladies seem to really be enjoying it. And I see Erika is partaking. Honey, not drinking with the meds, that was short-lived. I knew this heifer was going to be drinking. Child, so they drinking, spilling wine, getting tipsy. So in the confessional, Garcelle was like, ain't nobody spitting out this wine. I don't see spit buckets nowhere. There doesn't need to be any at this stage in the game, honey. We are already on level 100 of Jumanji. We don't need no spit buckets. We don't need any type of droplets. Let's just please keep that in our mouths. So after they taste the wine, they get up to go on the other side. So Dorit tells Garcelle that she has a friend that thinks Garcelle is the most beautiful girl in the world. Garcelle said, well, where's the lie? I know that's right, fancy pants. So as Dorit is talking about the man liking Garcelle, Erika is like, yeah, I'm having a lot of sex. Erika, allow this moment to be for Garcelle. She's trying to hear about the man that Dorit wants to potentially hook her up with. It always has to go back to you and your antics. So Dorit looks over at Erika and takes her wine because she's like, I don't feel like you should be drinking. Well, child, it's too late now. She already has had 4 or 5 glasses and 4 glasses equal an entire bottle. So, I mean, it don't make no sense to take it now. So Erika and Garcelle go over to the side when all the ladies decide to finish tasting the wine. And she's like, I need to speak to you, Erika. Erika goes, for what? She was like, just come and find out. So she goes over there. On the other side, Cherie is over there telling Rena she's a sweet soul. Cherie, honey, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just going to say that it's the rosé talking because there is nothing sweet about that soul of Rena's. I'm just saying. Moving forward. So Garcelle is ready to revisit Erika saying that Sutton was a liability back over there with those two. So she's like, you said that Sutton was a liability. Why were you saying that? She's like, well, you always have to clean up her mess. Ain't that the pot calling the kettle, calling the pot, calling the kettle? Dorit, Rena, and Kyle have been doing the exact same thing for you, but it's an issue for Sutton to have someone to have her back. Like, I'm not understanding what you're talking about. So Garcelle said, I feel like that's what friends are for. That's what friends are for. And is. Child, that is what friends are for. So Erika goes, well, some of the things she says are wild, like her saying nobody put a gun to my head when Dorit had a gun to her head. The hypocrisy in this conversation is sending me. Erika, do you think about the things that come out of your mouth before you say them? I really don't think that you do. So Garcelle said, okay, I won't debate that. That was wrong. And I told her that that was wrong. So Garcelle asked, she was like, can we invite Sutton to this conversation? You go, Erika, no, it's not the right time. No, you don't want Sutton to call you out. But don't worry about it. She gonna get you one way or the other. So Garcelle said, well, do you think I would stick up for you? She said she felt like she would, but just with conditions. Yes, on the condition that you're right and you're telling the truth, of course. So she was like, I don't think Garcelle would cut me any slack. Why would she cut you slack? Why? She said, I don't think Garcelle believes me. Garcelle said, this is true. I don't fully believe you. And I thought that that was awesome for her to say to her face. I don't fully believe you. So the same smoke that you're giving Sutton, give it to me. And Garcelle, I'm telling you right now, that alone is probably the reason that you and Erika will never be on the same page. Now you're in the category with Sutton. At first it was like, I could take Garcelle in small doses. But now, child, no wonder she threw that book in the trash, honey. I'm just saying. Moving forward. So in the confessional, Erika was like, Garcelle has her sights set on me and I've done nothing to her. Like, what are you doing besides watching my life fall apart? So judgmental. Well, honey, add all of us to the list. Well, with the exception of some of us still believe you. I don't know why, but child, some of us do. But I don't feel like she's being judgmental. I feel like she's just not taking what you're saying at face value and asking follow-up questions, as you should, especially if you're going to be around a person. Like, those are things that you need to know. So as soon as Garcelle and Erika rejoin the group, Sutton goes, I don't like that I've been called a liability. If you think that, you need to say it to me and not to her. Ooh, baby, not say it to my face. Erika Jane has the gall, the unmitigated gall, to say to Sutton, because she has to clean up for you. Erika, are you really saying that as Renna sits here knowing where the bodies are buried? And she ain't fooling me. Renna knows way more than anybody else in this group, including Kyle. It's a reason she got them papers getting off that plane with Diana and Lisa. Y'all pay attention. So Sutton said, that's what a friend does. So Erika goes, well, you're getting into spats with everybody and she's there to clean it up. Garcelle goes, why is being a loyal friend a bad thing? Like, why do y'all make me feel bad for being loyal? It's not a bad thing that you're loyal to them. That's not what's bad. It's bad that you're loyal to the people that they don't like. You can be loyal only to them. But when you start going in and having other people's backs that they don't like, i.e. Denise and Sutton, that's when it's a problem. So then Erika was like, well, you tried to go and watch What Happens Live and embarrass Lisa. Garcelle doesn't hurt people when she's looking out for them. So then all of a sudden, Renna is outraged again. She's like, yeah, it hurt me. Here go Erika. And don't forget Harry. Erika, shut it. Shut it. See, this is why I don't like Renna. And I wonder why Sutton allows them to gaslight her into apologizing each and every time they get together. So Sutton goes, I didn't mean to hurt you. It was in a flippant way. And so she was like, no, it wasn't. So now Erika has put the battery in Lisa's back and she's on go. So here we go. She goes, Renna, you're funny. Because at the lunch, things went very differently. Well, girl, her friends weren't there. That was just you and her. So, I don't know if she's forgetting that the cameras are following her or what. But I knew when she was having that conversation with you that was fake. Every time they get with you, Sutton, and they say they forgive you for something, they really don't. So from here on out, moving forward, please know that these ladies do not accept your apologies. So Sutton feels like, that Renna is showing out. She's like, I do like you. I do. Some days. So baby, what'd she say that for? Renna is getting even more pissed. She said, I've talked mess about you, Sutton. I've dragged you. Sutton said, yes, but you apologized for that at the lunch. So then Renna sits there and lies about actually apologizing to Sutton as though we're not going to see it back. So Sutton said, you talk out of both sides of your mouth. And Renna was like, so do you. Renna said, F you. Get out of my house. When I tell y'all I would have been gone so expeditiously, I have been kicked out of better. There is no way I will be sitting in Renna's garden listening to her tell me, F you, get out of my house. Child, please, I wish I would. Sutton said, you know what? The soap actress never leaves Rinna. It will take an exorcism to get rid of the soap actress. Didn't I tell y'all that last week? I said that Rinna treats this as though she is on a soap opera. I know, a child, listen, Sutton, me and you see each other. She's like, if you come for my husband or my kids, I will hunt you down. Ma'am, please stop. Please stop. Like, I don't know what's wrong with you, but it's over the top and unnecessary, and you look silly. Like, that's really all I can say about it is you look silly. And Sutton, I want to ask you, why are you still sitting in this woman's backyard? Lisa goes on to say that she humiliated herself. She humiliated her and Harry. No, Rinna, you did. She came with the receipts. You didn't think she was going to come with them. And that's why you really pissed, because you didn't think that she was going to out you and Harry for not paying for that table. Now, I really hate to drag Harry into this mess, but you're married to Rinna, so you're guilty by association. And that was the end of the episode. Child, ain't nobody threatened by Rinna in the slightest. Actually, it was a laughable moment. Let's all laugh together. Ha, 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 ha. Rinna, child, go to hell. Respectfully. Child, y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about Dorit and Garcelle getting along. What did you think about Erika just randomly bringing up Crystal's eating disorder? Like, girl, stop trying to make sure we're not talking about you and these cases that you have. It was nothing going on and a lot going on all at the same time. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.